your song for a movie podcast. Some are pretty good, but we'll just suck ass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch with us, we're Cinema Buns. Let's go!
Okay.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Buns. I'm Ritter.
I'm Patty.
I'm Kevin.
And Mike is actually here today.
Yeah, I'm over here in the background.
His split personality has finally come through, and he is both Patricia and Mike.
Pretty impressive.
We're here on our last day at the Women's Film Festival, and we have another guest with us today. You want to give us a brief introduction of who you are and what you represent?
Hello, my name is Penny Mongkolsutee. I'm from Thailand. That's from the last name. I am a filmmaker and a director of a movie called Faraway that's recently has been screening in Film Festival yesterday.
Yeah, we actually were able to catch it last night, and it was pretty good. We liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very well made. And I guess one of my first questions would be kind of what got you to want to do filmmaking in general?
Ooh, so it's actually start from I just like drawing first, and then it didn't coming up until like in the end of my high school, because it's like, oh, what's next? I know you're not gonna do business. Like my mom's really, she realizes since I hate math, she let it go real quick, but. But yeah, you say that if you like to tell story and you like to design character, you like to draw, you like to create story, which direction you're gonna go. And I was debating whether I should do animation or filmmaker. And in animation, it's always like she say that if you do 2D, it's gonna die down in the future. 3D is the future, and all of them is about mouse clicking. And sitting in a room for hours and hours, and I found that it's sorry, all the animation people, but like I feel really miserable. Like if I need to sit down and mouse clicking for like the whole time.
Yeah.
So I chose to try to be filmmaking, and gladly I make the right decision. It's something that I really enjoy, so that's why I'm like I want to do film.
And how long have you been doing it so far?
If I'm counting when I studied too, it would be around 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you love drawing. That kind of went into the end of your high school year. That seems to kind of match up with the plot of the movie. How much of this is kind of based off of your own experience, and like what made you decide to kind of translate this into a short film?
So actually, it was inspired by relationship first, but my mom is not like what's in the movie.
All right.
So thank God. But it started because we are really close relationship. She's really like supporting me, which is really rare coming out from the background that we are. So I want to tell the story where what if it's like an alternate ending where it's not work well. And it's inspired me because a lot of people I know from where I'm from or the background that are Asian American, they do not have that luxury, or they do not have a chance to follow the dream or what they want to do because their parents always have some different. Even though it's like a stereotype, it's still really real in some of the household.
Yeah.
And that's like kind of my inspiration of like, I have a chance. I want to give that chance to other people. So yeah.
Yeah.
While I was watching the film too, I noticed that you picked like a family that was Japanese. Was there like a specific reason for that, or?
I do. So even though I'm from Thailand, when this is myself thinking 3 years ago, is I can always go back to Thailand and do the film about Thai people with Thai actor, probably with lower cost. So, and I know in the podcast you don't see how I look like, but a lot of people misunderstand I'm Chinese. So I feel like I don't want to do Chinese either. And in my school, when I'm from, half of the school are Chinese. So I'm like, we have enough people to telling the story of what they wanted, like from where they're from.
Right.
I chose Japanese because it's another culture that I growing up with. Before I came to America, I studied abroad in Canada, where all of my classmates Japanese.
Oh, okay.
So I have a lot of close friends that are from Japan. I did visit Japan. I did learn their language a bit. So it's something that I feel like that is something that part of where I'm grown up with. So that's why I choose Japanese.
It's very interesting because most of the filmmakers we've talked to, sometimes they tell stories that are like kind of personal to themselves, almost like a comfort story in some cases. And I think it's very interesting you decided to do it like for a culture you're not 100% familiar with, and that's really cool. Because like I've seen a lot of filmmakers just like, no, I did this because I grew up here. Everyone's like, okay, do you want to do anything else? Nah, that's all I want to do.
It's also like kind of just interesting that you wanted to go with something that you're not the most proficient with, so it gives you like that opportunity to learn more about the Japanese household. It's kind of just like giving yourself that challenge so that you have like that much room to grow. Where did the story for Faraway kind of like start? How long have you been working on this?
So this is gonna get interesting, but it's supposed to be my thesis.
Okay.
Of the
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what happened is I pulled it out from school to do it because me and my principal have a really disagreement about how the story go. So
Does your principal have like say in what your project is supposed to be?
she's the one who hold all the green lights to the thesis.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So every story need to pass by her.
Okay.
So that story being developed for this 2000 a whole year longer, and then it's take like another whole year to like develop outside from almost the whole year develop outside from school and then shoot it. So it was pretty longer than I was expected to be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So did you since you pulled that out from like your thesis, did you have to like film a new project specifically for college then?
Sadly, yes. Part of my budget need to split into like not half, but split into some to shoot the thesis for graduate.
Right.
And then I'm consider myself really lucky that I have all my crew are majority are student, so
Uh-huh.
they're willing to do it even though it's not a school project.
Oh, that's good.
So they're willing to come. It's sadly pretty known for a lot of students to pull the thesis out to do it by themselves.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's
yeah.
something I didn't know.
So, what was it like just filming this movie? Like, what like kind of things did you learn while filming it? Because I can imagine like going from this is going to be my thesis to no, I want this to be my own story that I actually put out there can be quite a big change, and especially when you're saying like you're splitting budgets at that point. So, how did that work for you? What kind of lessons did you learn from it?
It's really, really challenging because it's the first time when like you don't have a school to back you up. You don't have the resource. And because I'm studying directing track, and there's not much producing class like that I am got a chance to learn from it because directing track. So it's like you producing it too, and you found out like, oh, you need an insurance now because the school doesn't cover insurance.
Right.
Oh, you have lost all the resource of like the camera package, the light tool, key grip, all this thing is gone. You need to find everything by yourself. You don't have studio to shoot. Like some of the thesis that go out and find the location, but I was planning to help at least rely on some of the studio that they have at least for like budget and stuff. So now it's like it's all your decision whether you want to do it or not because this is your project. So you don't have any producer to like be a partner. It's all just you. So that was super challenging for me to like. I definitely learned so much from this film, producing it, and like it's
Just
really
all the
fun.
business aspects of
Yes.
yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Were there any resources you were able to share between Faraway and like your eventual like thesis that you had to do? Like, did you have to were you able to like use the same actors or like some of the equipment or stuff?
Oh no, it's a completely different. Beside the crew that coming from the same school, everything is like
Oh, okay.
completely not related to school.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious, like, you mentioned like your school, but like what school is it that you go to?
I'm not sure. I think I might get
That's okay.
That's okay.
If you can't
Yeah.
say it,
I'm
it's
not
fine.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
But how did you find like the actors and stuff that starred in it? Because like the mom was really good. I
Yeah.
really liked like the way she played off the character and stuff. So I liked that a lot. How did you find these actors to kind of were they also like students at the school?
So that also, I never have thought like it's amazing too that I managed to find her. From the mom specifically, is from backstage. I just go around search for like the look that I'm looking for, and then I invite her on audition. Funny thing, she actually not my first option.
Really?
Yeah, there was someone else before, but then she got schedule overlap, so we lost her. And then I decided to audition her again because at first time when she auditioned, she cannot be a bad mom at 1st. She was really sweet.
Yeah.
Like especially the scene in the bedroom, she
Oh,
actually really lovely. So when it's come to like argument, she cannot go up at first, and then I'm like, I'm gonna try again, and then I would do some more tweak, and she can go up. So I'm like, yes, I got her. Nina,
So her first audition was just like, "Come on, you gotta go to medical school, honey. Come on."
Yeah. Yep. And for the main character Nina, I found her on Facebook. She was originally a voice actor.
Okay.
Okay.
And
It does sound like she has kind of like that voice acting quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because like when she like speaks, it's very clear. Like her, what is it called? The inclinations, like, or just like any.
Her like
Her
pitch and
inflections, yeah.
tone
Yes,
and stuff
yes,
is just
thank you.
very neat and very clean.
Yeah.
yeah, so for her, and it's another funny thing is she actually auditioned for Amy, the friend,
Oh, okay.
because her name is Amy.
Yeah.
Oh.
She
I
actually
noticed that.
auditioned Amy. So it was a really coincidence, but then I decided to go her with Nina instead because all of the actress or the cast that came to audition, every time which could be my mistake later because the mom is really powerful.
Uh-huh.
But all of the actress that came to audition, when they have an argument scene on audition, they're all like way up in
Oh,
terms
okay.
of like, I don't feel as much as love, more like a PTSD situation with
Yeah.
what they say. So like, it's kind of like not that love, like
They're like too aggressive, too angry.
really. Yes. And I did try to tone it down. And then, so at that time, the person who played Nina, Amy, she came really different because she had all of this lack of confidence at first because that's all the character about, which is she couldn't go into her mother and be directly because she loved her and she cared about her. And that's why it's really struggled so much. Why the rest of the actor, they're like, I don't care, this is what I want to do. And the movie will be in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
Or less than that.
I do think that was a smart choice because I feel like if you went too angry with the daughter, just like you said, that would be way too short of a film. It would be resolved within the first scene. But having someone who genuinely does love her mom and like she wants to do her own thing, but she like loves her mom enough to know that like she does care for her. She just needs to like pitch her view. I think that made a stronger relationship too, which I enjoyed a lot.
I think there's a aspect to that a lot of like just Asian Americans and like Asian Canadians can like understand. That's kind of just like been mirrored in a lot of media that's kind of like that. It's the children trying to not disappoint their parents, and they don't have they don't want to like really want to like step on their toes whenever they want to like go against what they want, like if they want to just like follow their dream, which is like a different profession that they want, that their parents want. But yeah.
Yeah. So I am curious, the drawings in the movie, was that you? or was that something else?
So, what do you mean by like the inspiration?
No. The actual drawings you used in the movie, because like the one she gives her mom of like the bird and the bird's nest and stuff, was that actually drawn by you? Was that drawn by someone else? Did you just find it?
Oh yeah, I'm kind of.
Actually, I need to give that credit to my production design. He's the one who do all the art.
Oh,
like,
okay.
All those minor like sketchbook stuff that are props in the whole room, though that was mine.
Oh, okay.
So all the sketchbook stacks that you saw, the plush and everything, that's kind of mine. But yeah, all
Even the medical textbooks.
that one was borrowed. We don't have any.
So I do want to talk about the ending a little bit. I don't want to spoil it too much, but that's a very brave ending. And that was the first thing I said once the credits rolled. I was like, wow, very brave. Because usually in films like that, you kind of get a more happy resolution. You know, they kind of wake up, things work out.
Or like a sense of closure too.
Yeah. So to have it end at that was very interesting. So I'm curious, was that kind of one of the things your principal was like arguing with you with? And what made you decide to end it that way?
Here's the thing. Everyone that I talk to, everyone doesn't like the ending.
Really?
A lot of people, they are like, does it need to end that way? Really? And the principal, at first she disagreed with that too, but I fight really hard, so she kind of like acceptable. The thing that we have a beef about it is because the first thing she say in the meeting is not hi or hello, is can we make this Mexican?
Why?
Interesting.
Huh. That's very interesting, especially coming from me because I am Mexican myself. So
why did she give any type of reasoning why she wanted to make it like Mexican?
So the first thing she say is the relationship between the mother-daughter is a universal problem in terms of like the problem that I pitched in the story.
Right.
So she said that anyone could relate to this. I think what happened. I'm trying to see how much I should filter this out because I don't want to get trouble later on.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
But she in San Francisco is really real hard to find. I think from her experience, it's hard to find an Asian American actress, especially the mom role. And I think she not believe that there's enough like
Interesting.
There's not enough like actors or talent
that could handle
Okay.
the role. So she probably eyes some student that happen to be Latina to play the girl,
Okay.
and that's why I think she's trying to direct to that. That's what I
Interesting.
assume. I don't know what's on her mind. I know that I filter what she say already.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was a
That's
pretty
a
awkward
very
situation.
interesting note though. But I mean, back to the ending. You said a lot of people dislike the ending. What made you decide to stick with it?
So, there's a phrase in Asian American or Asian family that like Asian parent likes to kill their children dream.
Right.
And my story, I want that to show as a metaphor and a physical metaphor, because just like what you say, a lot of with this kind of story that definitely 1,000 times that have been told, it's always been we kind of root for the daughter or the son side of the person who want a pursuing dream, and we want to show that hey, there could be some recovery later. Maybe like the parents like regret it and just realizing, and then they'll like become happy family again. But the whole thing is not every family are like that. Sometimes the relationship is like is damaged for good, and that's what the direction I'm going for is. Sometimes it's not always a happy ending where everything is solved, because no matter what you say, you like it cannot always be recovered. So be careful. and being mindful of like what are you saying. So I hope that's like the whole point of that argument that I want to show is if you keep going to do this, this might be something that you lost. Not the actual life of
Yeah.
the daughter, but like
Yeah.
the actual
There-
relationship that's gonna cost you.
Yeah, I noticed like throughout the film too, like it really is just like them two, like as a family, just because of what happens with like the father. But yeah, just like that closeness, and then like, yeah, just being careful like what you say, because like yeah, like there can be like arguments, and like the things that you say you can't really take back. But then also too, if things do get resolved, there's still like that friction that happened in the past that also can't really be like replaced.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's also kind of like a karma thing where by the mother destroying trying to quash her daughter's dream, Nina's dream, the ending kind of just then quashes the mom's dream in a way, right?
Kind of. It's more of like it feels like a cyclical thing
Because like the mom wants her to become a nurse, and then now she can't. So
yeah, and I mean it's. I'm curious. Are you aware of the phrase generational trauma?
I am very aware of that.
Is that what you kind of incorporated into the film as well?
Yes.
Okay.
At least I'm glad I do not experience that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of people that experience that. And I know that that's very much a thing, especially in Asian American family household. So I was really like aiming for that as well.
Yeah, because you show it like explicitly, and it's also very apparent because like the same things that were inflicted on the mom by like the husband, she inflicts on the daughter, not necessarily on purpose,
or not
but-
the same thing either.
Yeah, it's not, but it's still like
the same type of like aggression.
exactly, and it again it kind of shows that like strained family dynamic of how like through this like shared issues they experienced, their relationship now is loving, but it's very strained. And I
Yeah.
thought it was portrayed really well.
I agree with that, especially because like you see like the parallels from like the situation, and then it flashes back, and then it goes back to the present. I thought that was really good, like editing.
Thank you. This one is ready. Video.
And
So let's say the film does exactly what you want it to do. Let's say it gets as popular as you want, everything works out. What are you hoping happens after you do your film festival tour and whatever? Are you hoping to do like longer and bigger films? Are you hoping this maybe funds future films? What do you hope happens with it?
So I know that my next goal is feature.
Okay.
okay.
I have not have a chance to do that yet, and I know that that's something that I really wanted on my belt. I hope this story will at least create a base of knowing who I am as the filmmaker. And I hope that's be foundation to make myself grow bigger with a higher aim for it.
So is this like, I think you said it earlier, was this like the first premiere of the film at a film festival?
Yes, it is.
Nice. Do you have any other like film festivals set up down the road? Is this kind of like the main one you guys have set up?
Previously, we already have it online premiere in Thailand. It's supposed to be on site, and then COVID get worse, so they changed it to online for the last minute. So that one's already happened last year, and then this one is the officially on site that I got to see my film on it. We have Sacramento coming in because like a film shot in San Francisco.
Right.
So we have that coming in April.
Oh yeah, and I was curious too. Was the film actually like produced in San Francisco, or
Yes.
Oh, okay.
it
Because there were
is.
some buildings I'm like, this looks very familiar.
You from San Fran?
No. We actually, me and my husband, we went and visited.
We've been to San Fran, but she did grow up in SoCal.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Originally a California baby.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but it is like right there, shoot there, like everything is there.
Yeah.
Finance is from Thailand, though.
Nice.
yeah.
I'm
How did-
assuming
and how
that's
did you
what.
get that?
Yeah.
I'm really as lucky that my mom support, and that's like the reason why she's like helpfully supporting finance on it. Interesting too is when I pitched her the story, she was actually really concerned.
It's like, is this what she thinks of?
Yeah. She's like, do we need to have a talk? Did I do something?
Yeah, I'm like, I sent you there, I support you. What's going on there? So I did explain to her, like, no. Like, this is the reason why, because I just used both of the character between there's a mom and daughter because we're really close. I just going to alternate route. You are not like that. No.
You say that, and she's like, oh, thank God. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
Since you said it already premiered last year, do you know if your principal has had a chance to see it?
I have not publicly put it. I don't even post it on my Facebook yet because I'm
Okay.
really that worried. Because
Okay.
I just hope that I hope she's not have some influence in some festival. That's why, because if she a principal of film school,
Right.
she
Yeah.
probably knows someone. So I'm just really trying to keep it until the film gets old and then getting more posting on more. But that was really tempting. That's
Yeah.
really really tempting.
Hopefully, you did well on your thesis.
Yes.
What
It-
idea did you go for that instead for your thesis?
What idea?
All right, what did you film instead for that film?
The school have this we call it shot in the day. So it's 3 to 7 page script that's already been approved by her.
Uh-huh.
A
Okay.
whole list of it, and you got to choose one and direct it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
It was
yeah.
one of those 24-hour workshop things. Like you get the thing, and you're like, you got 24 hours to make it happen, or was it,
Because it's
like-
thesis, some student got a day or two to shoot. Depends on it. I got it done in a whole day because it's literally one location, 2 actors, and it's all
That helps.
dialogue. So yeah, I try to save money as much
Uh-huh.
as possible at that point.
the filmmaker's bane is budget.
Yes. So yeah, that's what happened. We shot only one day. I know some student that need to shot 2 days because of the COVID.
Yeah.
So during that time, it was really I was one of the first. We are one of the first at that time to back on site again, and it was really really strict. So there's already so much limit that we could do in that environment.
So this was filmed in 2021, I'm guessing?
Faraway is actually shot in 2020, I think, the end, mid, and then the thesis that I shot is beginning of Wait, that whole thing happened on 2020, right?
Yeah, the pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it seems so long ago.
I know. It initially actually got big March and April
Yeah.
was when it started and lockdown started happening.
Sometimes it just feels all of 2020 just didn't happen.
2020, 2021, and the
Yeah.
first half of 22 just kind of merged together into one blur.
Sometimes.
Yes. Yeah, now that you say that, now I remember. It indeed shot in 2021, and that thesis was at the really end of 2020 when they tried to make everything opening
Yeah.
back again.
Because
So
I
yes,
know
you were right.
I went back to work at August. So
Yeah.
That's when
Yes.
Kevin's time started going again.
He's like, when did the
Blaming it.
unemployment check stop? All right, that's when it stopped.
Yeah. So I want to know, while you were doing the film, was there anything that you realized you had more passion for that you kind of want to do more in future films?
I'm sorry. What?
So like while you're making the film, if there was anything like maybe like specific like directions in your film that you really liked that you kind of want to replicate, and like other things that you like have for like other future projects.
Like, did you find that you really enjoyed writing drama, or were there is that kind of like where do you want that's where you want to like take your movies, like you always want to just keep it drama, or did you want to exercise your drama muscle here and then like you probably wouldn't want to do like a comedy or like something?
Yeah, or maybe working with like specific actors, or maybe working with like everyday people.
Okay, got it. So, I don't want to keep myself limit to drama, even though that's my favorite and I really like it too. But I know that I have this goal to myself as a filmmaker. If I want to create something, I want to make sure that we got to learn something out from it. So I want to make sure that every single theme in the story I create, there are message, there are certain type of message, or is it something that's gonna influence the audience will and perspective. So that's my direction. So it's probably not gonna limit to comedy or horror. I never done horror. I'm scared of horror. I'm a filmmaker who's scared of horror. I did went on the set. I was working on a horror set and I survived. So I try to like keep it open. But yeah. So with that theme and goal that I want to do, so I feel like when I direct or writing a story that coming up with based on that goal, it's really I think it can be more definitely flexible than drama. But if it needs to be drama, so be it. So yeah.
Just kind of whatever happens to inspire you at that point. Yeah.
So you say you want to like direct a feature sometime in the future. Do you have any kind of just like I know a lot of artists have just like back pocket ideas kind of just written in a notebook or something, where they're just kind of like stories that you probably want to pursue, or did you have like a story you've been working on like all through high school or college or something that you probably want to get on film?
I do. So for the feature ideas that it's still, as you know, it's on the notes somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm actually planning that it will be in Thailand.
Okay.
I was planning that since it's been so long since I go back home.
Right.
I want to explore, since right now I already explore like the family of where the roots I'm from to story Faraway in here. So I feel like there's time that I want to tell the story from Thailand. And hopefully I want that to be a feature.
Is there a large film culture in Thailand? Like, are there a lot of like people who want to be actors or going to filmmaking there?
I know for there's a reason why I'm here. But we do have some industry in Thailand. It's just the work culture is really different, and we do have we more of getting support by a lot of foreign film that came to shoot in Thailand. So
Right.
that industry is actually really big, and actually probably whole of the Thai film industry, which is the finance and other from America, European country will come and shot in Thailand
Right.
but they will title it as I don't know, Panama, Philippines. They will go with different, but it's like, so I know that exists and that's what they do. A lot of time now that we have a new filmmaker, a new story that is fresh than rom-com horror. I'm proud about horror, even though I'm scared of horror movie. I'm sure they are really good. But that's like industry in Thailand.
Right.
So hopefully I want to make it here. That's my prime goal is
Yeah.
to be able to work here. But if not, I hope there's definitely some option to work in Thailand.
Yeah. So, I mean, with making Faraway or with making any film in general, the joke we made earlier is that a filmmaker's biggest bane is dealing with budget. And I am curious, were there any like shots or scenes that you really liked? They were like your baby, but you just couldn't include them in the film, or for one reason or another you had to take them out? What were they, and what was the reasoning behind it?
Were there anything that your editor wanted to take out, but you said no, I want that in?
So that's two. I definitely have the shot, a baby shot that I need to kill. I will go with that one first.
Yeah.
So there was this flashback scene that I guess that's why a lot of I'm not sure you confused at first, but you get it later, which is the scene where Nina, she saw a man get into a car with woman, and then it's replaced with she saw her dad going into the car with another nurse.
Yeah.
So I have this like almost like a mash cut where we saw that Rega, the mom, go to the hospital. We have this shot that almost exactly like same angle shot of the mom she saw that dad get into the car. So that moment is supposed to be represent where the daughter Nina is walking with her mom with the food that they're gonna deliver, and it's the shot where she saw the dad get into the car.
Right.
Mhm.
And then after that, we immediately cut to where she's in the hospital and talk to the other nurse.
Yeah.
The reason we need to cut that out because it's such a close up that the shot that we have for the mom, it looked like she completely in different place,
Right.
and we couldn't get that she's in the place where she saw the dad get into
Yeah.
the car. So that mash cut of the transition that I really like, I need to be removed because
It would have caused a weird disconnect.
it's confused people
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
more because it's like, where is she? And then it's like, oh, she's now in hospital, or like what
It's
is
hard.
she?
It would
like,
be hard to tell if we're in a flashback or just like where right now where the story is going.
exactly, yeah. But it's supposed to be she saw it, then after that we saw she go into the hospital. So
Nice.
we need to kill that baby. The other thing about editing that I keep it, which is what he say is the scene where she decided to fake the letter.
Mm-hmm.
The process of like putting the logo in, she
Yeah.
start typing. He suggests that we don't need to show that, and we just cut to the friend saying that she's gonna find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I disagree on that because I think during that time too we have like a lot of like lead female theme that like that suddenly look good. They're suddenly like having a power, or like we're already smart, already like
Yeah.
cool, badass at the
Mhm.
moment, and that's what people don't like is we don't see the process of that.
You're right.
And for me, I want to show the process that she not suddenly just here you go fake like
Yeah.
the
Like where it, like the letter just suddenly is there.
yeah, I want to see that she did try. We showed the process that okay,
Mhm.
this the idea where she from, and that's why we have a disagreement, and as you can see, I won.
Yeah.
Right.
So yep.
Yeah. I like that because it kind of shows her coming up with the idea and then her trying to do it and her friends going, this is not realistic. This is a really shitty letter. She's gonna know. I'll help you out though. And she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll show you one of my rejection letters.
Yeah.
So you know what it's
one of my 20 rejection letters I keep filed.
I'm curious, were there any additional like just kind of themes or story threads that you initially had when you wrote this that didn't make it in because it was like too long or something? Because we have like kind of just like a story of a husband cheating on his wife, a story of a girl trying to go into art school rather than like nursing school. Were there like additional bits of things about the character that didn't make it into the final cut?
So for Faraway, I used to. No, I just thought of something, and I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So one of the original character is actually the friend was supposed to be the boyfriend.
Uh-huh.
And
Interesting.
and I was planned that it's supposed to be the second bomb that make her mom more trigger, which is the first is already she lying about the school, and now she secretly have a boyfriend,
Uh-huh.
and that was my plan. That whole thing got dropped out because before then, when it was his thesis, we have an instructor who signed up to help like cooperate with the story, and his idea, he just keep making the relationship between them sexual,
Uh-huh.
like, oh hey, the dinner scene, which is not the scene when they have an argument. One of his idea that he pitched is the boyfriend should, like, they should invite the boyfriend to come and dinner, and that's why like they were having an argument or something like that. I'm like, no. Or like, he actually really pitched some idea that looked like from the 90s or 80s, where the boyfriend secretly go into the bedroom and like, yeah, it was every time.
It was too focused on the boyfriend instead
Yeah.
of the mom and daughter.
Yeah, so I'm like, at that one moment, I'm just like, just change. I just need to stop him. So I changed it to friend, which has become one of the best decisions. Thanks to him.
Yeah.
Thanks to him. But yeah, that was something that like we cut it out.
I am kind of glad you did.
No, because like I really like her best friend.
Yeah.
Because like she adds that she's the devil on her shoulder.
Yeah.
It's like-
I also feel like she's like the devil, but also like the voice of reason. Just like because she says, I think maybe twice, like, "Hey, you're ruining like a good opportunity." Like,
Yeah,
just
you already got into nursing school. Just go with it, dude.
Yeah, just do it.
I did like that when she's just like, come on, it's gonna be good money, just do it.
Yeah, but also too, like, I think just because like my mom and my sister are both nurses, I'm like, if you go like into like medical care, I'm like, go because you really want to, realistically, because like if you don't, you're just gonna be miserable. So
I did really like the part where it was the mom who wrote the essay that
Yeah.
got sent to the medical school.
know.
It's like, wow, they really liked my mom's essay, and it's just like, man, that feels.
yeah, the whole time I was saying that, I'm like, why doesn't the mom just go back to school? I was like, people are like in their 40s, 50s going back to school now. I'm like, just let it be a movie about the mom at this point.
There's a reason actually that why, because I think because this is also what I did with the culture, and that's where this come along. That I know that in America it's really different. That like, oh, single mom go to class at night,
Right.
or like that is something that to think from Americans' perspective is actually really achievable.
Right.
But a lot of country in Asia, and in this one background is Japanese,
Right.
their whole background is the mom is devoted their time with daughter 100%.
Right.
I'm not talking about 50 school at night, 50 with kid, have dad come and exchange, like do a switch, or like grandma come in and like help. It's not like that. When you have a kid, basically your life just become a full-time mother.
Yeah.
And that's how she raised, and that's how she know, and how like where the wheel is. So that is the reason why she cannot just go and do nurse, because she know that this is everything that what the social and the culture that they expect. I have a Japanese friend who she's even a year younger than me. She about to go into medical. She goes to pharmacy, not the nurse.
Right.
And we keep in touch. That I met in Canada, and we keep in touch. And the COVID happened. She just graduated. She about to start a career, and she stayed with her boyfriend, and then she got pregnant.
Right.
And now her dream, her goal is not even start. She's now become full-time mother.
Yeah.
Right.
And the dad is working in IT, who start to work, and she just accept that. And that's still a thing that's happened in Japan. Do you know that like a couple years ago, I think I think it's the prime minister of Japan that came out, and then they proudly announced that like, oh, we're finally gonna let women into the meeting.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, not allowed to speak.
No talking.
No talking.
We are finally letting you into meetings, but shut
No
up.
talk.
No
And they
talk.
probably present that like, this is something achievement that like, hey, you look at us. We
Oh wow,
achieved
step
goal.
forward.
Yeah.
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 And so in Japan, a lot of women, I'm sure the younger people are different, but they're still really real where you apply application as a woman, they will ask you when do you think you're gonna get married? Because they know that when they get married, they're not gonna work
Yeah.
or what they expect to it. So I want to adapt that perspective. Hopefully, even though it's not coming out clear enough, but that's
Yeah.
like the reason of why she's not going to med school at night or doing all of this.
Just a different culture, a different like view of
Yes.
motherhood and of life. And I also remember a Japanese prime minister years and years ago going, "Hey, we have declining birth rates. Young people, you need to start having babies."
And
You
then
need-
they wonder why.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Was there specific aspect, like did you have something in mind other than like the husband was cheating or the mother wanted her to go into nursing? Did you have like a different trauma, or were they all just kind of like things that you initially wrote and just like wanted to stick to?
Beginning of this Faraway, is inspired by the story that I write for feature that I plan. But right now, the story kind of changed so much that I feel like stand out in its own. But I do explore his lore and his background. And if I have more time, I was planning to, of course, showing like his will of a Japanese man who grown up in the environment where he's real much like believe that as a man and household family, this is something that he expect to do. So I definitely have like the idea of the dad in hopefully more dimension. But because with this story that needs to be shot, so I set him up as the starting point of the chain of problem that have in
Yeah.
the family. Because what my goal is I want to show it to the audience that it's not coming from one person. It's the whole chain of, because this is what dad do, this is what affect mom, and what the mom do is affect the daughter. It's a whole thing that you need to work together as a family, not just one individual person. It's not only our daughter that need to coming out and like, oh, I have a dream, but like, because what the mom say is having a point. Where you're gonna eat, how you're gonna get food. We are filmmaker, we know this.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason there's a stereotype of the starving artist.
Yeah.
Like it exists.
And she raised her actually really concerning thing. But also there's a flaw of the daughter where like she's 100% go full dream. She don't have much of like what can I do to get in that process, while the mom is like she care about that process. So when with that whole situation is with the dad as well, I was hoping that we have more time to explore equally to him, but that's what kind of like left out from
Yeah.
it.
Was there like kind of just an initial edit cut of this movie that was like incredibly long, like 30 minutes or something, that you had to like pare down into, was it 10 minutes far away?
So the editing, so every single shot that we are in really, really tight budget, that the whole script is 25 page.
Okay.
And I could tell you beside the shot that I just killed,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe one shot of her like getting into the car, into
Yeah.
the ending.
Yeah.
We use every single shot.
Okay.
Every single shot that we shot in that is like that purposely articulated into like we need to have it for this.
Okay.
And because it was really on tight budget, and we were like, it was 4 days shot.
Right.
It was, I didn't know I could, it was really a lot.
So that's pretty like efficient that
Yeah.
you didn't have to like edit down the movie like too much.
Yeah.
So you just like kind of just kept a lot of the stuff that you
Yeah.
recorded.
Is there any shots that you wish that you could have redone again though?
I do. So there was the lunch scene with the mom and the daughter when it's the first time she trying to approach.
Yeah.
We kind of miss the mom coverage. a lot.
Oh.
Oh.
When
Okay.
she's coming in, when she's like, Nina, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I miss, like, we forgot the whole, like, her coverage of that, her
Yeah.
reaction, her suspicious of that whole thing, and the whole redone, the friend scene, even though it's coming out good now, there's something that happened. So all the scene that we shot with the friend is on the first day because she only available that day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We lost location that day.
Oh.
We actually
So
lost.
the front porch of her house.
So that is the backup that we don't even have a backup actually.
Okay.
That's definitely something that I like. We plan to shoot every friend scene in the playground area.
Uh-huh.
Or like wherever in that area of the playground we were planning to shoot that. And we talk to the people there, say, hey, do we need a permit? Do we need anything? And then they'll say, oh, there's a playground, you don't pay, you're not gonna make this like commercial, you're not gonna make a profit out of this. Good. The park is welcome to everyone.
Right.
Until the day you show up.
And the park ranger is like, you cannot shoot here.
Uh-huh.
So that whole scene was really, I wish I could redone it again because there's one of the emotion scene where the Nina say, the whole like, I could make you happy. I could make your mom happy. I wish I could get her out from it, but that whole scene, we shoot it right after we finally found location. It was really chaotic. We were trying to go around find location. We go to another park, and the park ranger actually follow us. The same people, they actually follow us, and then we're like, oh my god, where can we go? Where can we shoot on that day? It's the first day of shoot. We have 3 more days to go. The friend, the actress that played friend, it's actually her first time ever on set. She do theater,
Right.
so that was the
Oh,
most
okay.
like. She definitely have like the time of like experience to
Yeah.
tell. Like my first set ever, we got kicked out from location. So we decided to shoot in that front house where it's actually the interior is the flashback scene. So we just like, this is the only thing we have left. So we shot it. So that's the whole, if I want to reshoot something, it would be that.
Nice. So, I mean, you kind of talked about how it's eventually going to be heading to Sacramento, and I am curious, is there any plans on putting this anywhere for, like, the general people to watch outside of film festivals, like YouTube, or distributing it in any other way?
I plan if there's something like that, it's gonna be after the festival and everything. I need to. I'm not producing. It's still something new, so I'm really like not as much knowledge on the top. So I hope to done more research and see what's going on. Like what could be more, what could make it more after this. So yeah, if there's any distributor, I would glad. I didn't. That would be a dream. It's not on my table as I expect, but if it's chance
If it
come
happens,
upon,
it would be great.
I would love to. Yes.
All right. I mean, you guys have any other questions?
I
you
have
wanted to-
one more question though, actually. So,
love to.
my last question is just kind of: is there like a specific film that you get like your inspiration from?
The film that I got the inspiration from, it's kind of different, not direct. In terms of specific about the mom and the daughter, but Farewell from Aquafina.
That movie is
Oh,
fantastic.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, even though it's not directly with the mom, and they do have
Yeah.
that moment, but it's the
It's still about that, like, family dynamic.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I also just love Aquafina, like as an actor.
Mhm.
She's really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of just like about how the kids all go into these professional fields just because their parents wanted to.
Yeah.
But none of them are like just like really happy.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk with us.
And congrats on on your good showing last night.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's an honor. Thank you for giving me opportunity to be with you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it. And just want to double check, was there anything you wanted to shout out, anything you wanted to advertise before we call it?
If anyone interested in Faraway to like see the film, there's one coming in Sacramento in April 11, I believe. And if there's many more, you can welcome to check out the website. It's by my name with Penny M. Saruta. If you're interested, that's where you could find me on the website.
Okay, excellent. With that, thank you for listening to us. You can find us on Twitter at Bun Cinema and on Patreon at patreon.com/cinemabuns. I'm Ritter.
I'm Patty.
I'm Mike, who is far away from the mic.
I
Okay,
see what you did there.
And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Some are pretty good.